Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome everyone to the North Carolina Technology Association Job Seeker 101. We have a great Tech Job Expo planned for next week. We have about 22 employers so far, and I've still got a few more that are probably adding in. Most recently, we've had Infosys and Car Gurus add. So be sure to check out the expo and all of the employers that are adding in their postings and their profiles with their companies. So this morning, Jordan Ambers with Premier Virtual is going to go through what the platform is like for the job seeker. We want you to be able to make the most of your attendance at the event next week, and she's going to share some tips on prepping your profile, uploading your resume, and most important, interacting with the recruiters that will be on hand that day to talk to you about openings. So with that, Jordan, I'll turn it over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Jordan Ambers. I'm one of the client success managers here at Premier Virtual. And today I'm going to be walking you through the Premier Virtual platform to show you how the platform works and how you are to use the features that we have available to make the most of your experience in this virtual event. And feel free, if you do have any questions during our overview, you can unmute yourself and ask the question, or you can place it in the chat. I'll be sure to check the chat periodically as we move through the platform to see if there are any questions, or feel free to use, the interaction little icons if you would like to unmute yourself and ask a question. So first thing that we are going to review is the registration process. So I want to make sure that we have the registration page up here. Okay, perfect. So everyone should have received the registration page link, which will lead you to this landing page here. And you do want to take a look at the information provided in the middle section here. It tells a bit about the event and what the event's about. Also, how to register. There are different ways to register on the NC Tech website, and some of the information sessions that are going on as well, and what to expect on the day of the expo. So definitely make sure to take a look at that. If you're already registered, I can show you within the platform how you can refer back to this page if you need to. On the right-hand side is where we have the schedule. So we do have a countdown clock at the very top for you, so you can keep track of how much time is left before the event starts. And at the very bottom here, you have the schedule. So the event access was provided to you on the 28th. So if you have not already, you can log into the event now and view the participating booths that are in there. You can take a look at all of the information that is already on the booths. You can also submit your resumes and book any maybe available times to meet individually with a representative from that organization. So that started on the 28th at 8, and it's going to be open all the way until event day. So you still have time to go in and do your research, take a look at some of the organizations, and maybe decide on who you really want to make sure that you meet with on event day. And it will be closing at 1 p.m. or 1:30 on the 5th. And will be provided an additional hour of access into the lobby. So if you are late to coming into the event, say you cannot come in between the hours of 8:30 and 1:30 p.m., you do have an extra hour that the lobby will be open to you, so you can log in and view that information. Now, we can't guarantee that the representatives or recruiters on on the organization side of things will still be logged in to speak to you live, but you'll still be able to do your research and also submit your resumes during that time as well. Now to start registering, see if we have any questions here. Okay. Now to start registering, you want to select the register for event icon, and you'll be presented with two different tabs. So first one will be register as attendee. So if you have not created a profile on our platform before, you want to create your login information. So you'll need a username, which will be an email address, and then you'll want to provide your password, confirm that. Read the terms and conditions, then select I've read. And if you want to receive job seeker tips or news or upcoming events, you can also add yourself to that as well. Now, if you have used our platform before and already have a profile, you can log in and use that same profile. So with any event that you do attend on our platform, you do not have to create a new profile each time. You can just sign into your existing one by selecting sign in and providing your email address and password. By any chance you forgot your password, there's a forgot password section here. If you click into that, a time-sensitive token will be sent to you via email. So you want to make sure you check that right away because the token will expire, I believe, in about 10 minutes or so. So you want to make sure that you do that as soon as you can. Good question, Mina. How long can we apply/submit our resume till October 5th? So yes, so from now all the way up until what is the 2:30 on the 5th, you have to view the boots and submit your resumes. Now, on the 5th, between 8:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. is when the recruiters will be able to chat with you live. So that could be via text chat or video. That's going to be the live time, the actual event day. And then that post access is going to be available from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. So from now until 2:30 on the 5th, you'll have the ability to submit your resumes. Good question. So if you do have an account, you'll just sign in, which I do. So I'm going to show you here and provide your password. So whether you are creating a new account or just signing into an existing one, you will be brought to, you will be brought to the attendee setup wizard. So it's going to allow you, for those of you who have an account already, to edit the information or overview the information that you have. And if you need to update it, you can do so moving through these steps. And with being a new account, this will allow you to move through the steps to create all your profile information. So it's a very easy setup here. First section is just going to be to have your personal information. First name, last name, job title that you have or what you're looking to have. And if you are a military veteran, active duty, guard, or reservist, you can identify yourself as such. And what will happen is you will have an American flag right there on your profile. So right next to your profile picture or your name will be an American flag. So the recruiters will be able to identify you and also be able to search veterans if they're looking for veterans specifically. Step number 2 will be to opt in into the SMS notifications. So we do send out email notifications about the events, just reminders. So if you would like to receive those via text message as well, if you select verify phone, it's just going to verify the phone number that you put in step 1, and it'll send you a code for you to verify. If not, you can skip this step. Step number 3 will be adding a professional photo or headshot of yourself. You can skip this section if you don't feel comfortable, but I do encourage you, to add that as a part of your profile. Of course, the organizations would like to see who they're possibly working with. So if you are comfortable with doing so, I would suggest selecting upload or add image here. And make sure that you already have an image saved to your desktop. So you could just go right ahead, find your image, and you can add it. So let me see if I can find my here so I can show you. All right, so when you double click into it, it's going to open up for you here. And if it is too large, you can always zoom out. And if it's too small, you can zoom in so that it perfectly fits in that little square, and then select upload image. Step number 4 will be adding your work experience. So not every recruiter is going to have the time to view every single resume of the visitors that come by their booth. So making sure that your work experience is added to your profile, they'll be able to view that on your profile very quickly to view what your experience is. Before they review, an entire resume, they'll be able to easily view what you already have work experience in. If you click into edit here, all of the work experiences will open up for you. We have different certifications that you can add to your profile, as well as individual experiences in different industries. For example, if I select business, there will be different departments in here under the business industry that you can click and add to your profile, and you can add up to 10. So if you click into one industry, you can select back to list at the bottom, and then click into a different one and add more experience that way. And once you've added all of your work experience, select confirm, and then continue on to step number 5, which will be uploading your resume. Now, the resumes are required during registration. So you want to make sure if you have not registered already and your resume, you're still working on it or updating it, make sure you do that so that once you do register, you can click right into upload PDF. And then you can review your PDF documents. Let's see if I can find my little resume here. You can upload it right into the platform. You'll just double click and you can submit. Now, you can add up to 4 documents into your profile. So if you have different types of resumes, different industry specific resumes, if you have a cover letter, if you have any maybe certificate documentation that you may want to upload into your profile, you have 4 documents that you can add here. Step number 6 will be providing the answers to the questions that the host has asked. So you can type in your answer here, and then you'll select continue, move on to the next question, select continue, and then any of the questions here. This is a multiple choice question, so you can add all the different work experiences that you have in here. And then at the very bottom, you want to make sure you scroll down to select complete registration, and you'll be notified that your registration was complete via email, as well as on the registration page, it will then tell you registered for event. Before we move forward, did anyone have any questions about registration, or did anyone have any complications while registering that they'd like to address now? Okay. All right, now after you have registered, you'll notice that you have a go to lobby button. This is actually going to take you right into the lobby for you to view all the available booths and submit your resumes and interact on event day. But first thing that you want to take a look at are some of your menu items, and I do want to review the settings here with you as well. You may have a question. Awesome. You're welcome. So to get back to this section here, if you did exit out after registering, you can always come back to the log into the platform from the registration page. So I'll show you right here. If you use that same link, it's going to take you right back to this registration page, which you won't need to click register for event. You'll just click in the top right corner, log in, and then provide your credentials that you created. Now, once you do select sign in, it will take you right to your dashboard here. Is there a way to see the company's specific job postings before registering? Before registering, unless it has been provided by the host on the registration page or on the website, you will have to actually get into the lobby. Yeah, okay, there we go. All right, so on your dashboard here, there are a couple of different items available when you first log in. So we did like to give you some of your settings materials as soon as you log in so you can easily access some parts of your profile and also training materials. The first available section here is My Schedule. So My Schedule is available for you to view any scheduled meetings that you may have selected yourself, or any meetings that you have been invited to by organizations. And I'll show you what that may look like during an event. Some of the organizations may have some available times listed that you can click into and schedule time to meet with them during the event. If you do so, that meeting will be provided here. So you'll know exactly which recruiter you're meeting with, which company they're from, the date and time that the meeting is scheduled. It will always be within the time of the event. So this will just be a quick way of you being able to keep track of your meetings for the day if there are any. Below that, we have the profile overview. So you can easily click in to edit your profile by selecting edit profile in this section. It's going to take you right into this area where you can revise any information that you did in those 6 steps. But in addition to that, that's not a part of the registration process, is your bio. So if you do not have a cover letter, this would be the area in which you would kind of place that cover letter information in, just maybe three to five sentences about yourself, your expertise and what you're looking to do. You can provide that bio about yourself right in this area. If you need to change your password for any reason, not reset if you forgot it, but if it's compromised for any reason, you may have given your password to a friend or something like that, or you just want to change it, you can go into edit password here, click into the checkbox, and then you can create a new password. If you did not opt into the advice, tips, news of upcoming events during registration, you can always do that in your profile, and you can opt out of it from here as well. Your work experience is available down below as well. So if you need to add an additional experiences, you can do that. And your address and phone number, really your locality and phone number is provided here. So you can add that information or change it if you need to. On the right-hand side, video tutorials. So we do have training information for you. So if you ever want to review information, this is going to be recorded for you, but in the platform as well, we have step-by-step tutorials of all the features in the platform that you can review at your own time. And the two most recent uploaded videos will always be available on your dashboard for you to review. And to see all videos, you'll just click see all there, and you'll have all of the videos. And it goes step by step from registering to editing your profile, interacting, chatting, video chatting, all of that good stuff is all in here for you. So you can review that if you'd like. And below we have user guides. So if you'd like to download something handheld to kind of flip through, we have that for you too. And frequently asked questions and answers. At the very bottom, we have the ability to chat with support. So if you have any technical issues in the platform, something's not loading, you get an error message, things like that, you can chat with our support team, which you can always reach by selecting the little question mark here at the top, or by selecting the training tab. You'll be available to select the chat to chat with them specifically. The other two boxes below, we just pretty much reviewed the frequently asked questions and then the user guides. Now below that, we have the settings section. So you can still reach your full profile from this area. The additional tab that's not available from the dashboard, but only accessible through my profile, is going to be your resume tab. So if you click into resumes, if you need to change it, you can do that in this area here. So if you need to upload more documents, or if you need to remove something and upload anything, you can do that from your resumes tab. The video Q&A portion is not going to be a part of this particular event, but in some events that you may register to on the platform, there may be video questions that you need to provide video answers to. And this section here is just showing you where you can review your recorded answers and change them if need be. But most of you won't have that part of your profile, so you don't need to worry about that section there. Now, under your menu items, you do have the events tab. The events tab is going to list out every event that you've registered to on the platform, and this is where you will access the event on event day. It will say access lobby here. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know where I extend this a little bit. So you'll have the access lobby icon here. Just use this as an example. You'll be able to click right into any one of your events. So right in here, it's going to show you. You'll probably have less than I do here, so it won't be as chaotic as mine kind of looks there. But you'll have right in here access lobby, and it's going to take you right into the lobby of the event. Event info is where you can refer back to your registration page. So I'll just show you right in here. If you need to review any of that information again, it's going to be right there for event info. And once we want to go into the event, we want to select access lobby here. So when you do select access lobby, this is what is going to open up for you. Let's see if there are any questions here. Will we be notified if our resume is picked and they are ready to interview us on event day? Will it be before the event day? So great question. if your resume is, well, what they do, and I'll see if I can show you all kind of the recruiter side of things and what it looks like for them. But what happens is when you click into a booth, so let's say we're in the lobby here and we go to MetLife. And when you open up a booth, you're going to have some research information. The About Us section is going to tell a little bit about the company, of course, and they may have some additional links for you to view to research more about their company, as well as social media. And the job posting section is where all the jobs will be available. So you can click into a specific job. The description might be there. It might take you to their direct website. But what you want to do in the platform is select Submit Resume. Click on your resume that you want to submit to the employer for this job, and then select Apply to Job. And that's pretty much all you do. They're going to receive it on their end. And, if they do, want to meet with you or, for an interview on the event day, or if they want to talk to you about their profile, they're going to have the opportunity to chat with you, and you're going to have the opportunity to chat with them. So if you want to initiate that conversation and just, if you have any questions about a specific job, you do have the opportunity to chat with them. You won't really necessarily know if they've picked your resume per se. That would probably be after the event. They would notify you if they wanted to follow up with you about your resume. But during the event, you just want to go in, look at the jobs, submit your resumes to the ones you're interested in, and they will follow up. Now, as I mentioned, you can chat with the employers. So you do not have to wait for them to reach out to you. You can start the conversation off yourself if you'd like. Just by selecting Chat With and the company name, it's going to open up a chat box for you so you can send a message right over to them. So I'm actually going to message NC Tech just so I don't want to message any of the employers. So if you go ahead and you type your message, they'll respond to you. Now, what will or may not happen is you may receive a away message. And that just means that currently there are no users logged into that booth. So between now and event day, if you do try to send a message, they're probably not going to be logged in to answer. They're only scheduled to be logged in on the 5th. But you can send them a message if you'd like, and they'll see it on the 5th and make sure to get back to you, at the start of the event. That may be a good strategy. Oh, there we go. See, look at that. Awesome. See, and this is how it kind of goes back and forth. You can see when they're typing, it'll have the little dots for you there. And if Andrea, if you could just go ahead and send me another message, I want to show you all what it looks like. If you are roaming about in the event, you do not have to stay into that booth, while you're having a conversation with them. You can go into a different booth and start a new conversation with another recruiter at a different employee booth, and you will receive a notification if you have an unread message from that employer. So you just click right back into it, and then you can go back and continue your conversation. So you don't have to sit and wait. You can still go about the event and view, all the other different booths that you may want to view. All of your conversations are going to be available here. So you'll be able to keep track of all your conversations, and you can talk with every single company in the event if you want. You'll just be hopping, from conversation to conversation. As you start to, communicate with these employers, you can just you can continue to send your messages as well. Now, at the very top of the lobby, you'll notice that there are 3 filters here. So you can select job category. This is going to filter out the different types of industries that are available. So if you're looking for something specific, you can customize the lobby to what you want. If you go in, let's say I'm looking for IT and network administration, it's going to tell me right now that there's 41 available jobs within that job category and 9 companies providing those jobs. So if I click into that, and maybe I'm also looking for, project and product management, select apply. Now you see it filters out for me. So I can really focus on exactly what I'm looking for. Same thing with job titles. If you're looking for a specific job title, tech support, project lead, network engineer, say I'm looking for software engineering, I'll hit apply. And then it's going to filter out for me again. So I can focus on these 2 companies or however many companies that it filters out for me according to what I'm looking for. Now, at the very bottom of each booth, this is an easily overlooked feature, but it's very important when it comes to follow up on your end and, kind of remembering conversations that you had or booths that you visited or employers that you spoke with. You have this ability down here to leave notes to yourself. So if, something that you saw in this company, System Soft. So let's say I did my research and I really like, their core values or something that stuck out to me. You can leave a note to yourself, because what if you do have an interview with that employer and you want to make sure that you, remember to mention that in your interview or in just a text conversation that you have with that employer. You can jot down little notes to yourself that you can use during the event, or if something that you want to remember after the event or review after the event as well. There's also a ranking system here that you can use. All this information that you do provide is private to you. So the employers don't see any notes that you make about them or any rankings that you leave about them or any of that stuff. So it's just for you to review and for your eyes only. So if there are tons of great companies in here that you are, searching through and you want to make sure that you narrow it down afterwards to maybe focus on a couple companies to follow up on after the event, maybe use a ranking system, and then you only follow up with the 3 and 5s or the 4 3s and 5s that you ranked within the event. So you can really use that to your advantage as well. And lastly, in this section, there's an interested, follow-up needed, interview scheduled and hired section. Especially if there's an interview scheduled, you do want to track that. So you'll be able to remember whom you had interviews with. So you don't have to write it down in a notebook. While you're attending the event, you can do all of this types of stuff in the platforms. It's going to track it for you. And I'll show you where you'll be able to review this afterwards. If you're interested, if you're just interested in them and you want to mark that so you remember, do that. If you want to make sure you follow up with them, you can mark that as well. Interview scheduled, or if you were offered the job, right on the spot in the event, you can mark that as well. Because maybe you have tons of offers and you want to make that one, choice of who you actually want to work with. You'll be able to review that and make a decision from there if you do mark that information. You may have a question. This virtual job fair is for people living in North Carolina, or people from other states also can apply. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Question right in there. And that's the great thing about virtual events. Anyone, can attend from anywhere who's maybe located in a different state and looking to relocate in North Carolina or looking for remote opportunities. All right, now after the event is over, let me show you something really quick. Andrea, are you able to go to our conversation and send me a video invite? So I do want to show you all what that's going to look like, because the employers are going to be the ones to actually send you that invite. So as you can see right here, you're going to see you have been invited to a video conference, the recruiter's name who sent the invite to you, and the company that they're with. And you'll select join call to open up the call. You want to select allow your camera and microphone, and then you'll see yourself here in the top right corner. I'm going to try to mute myself so we don't have feedback. I'm not sure whose feedback it is that it's giving. I think it's fine. But you'll see yourself here in the top right. You also have the ability to chat. So if you need to send a chat message, thank you. If you need to send a chat message, that's available for you as well. That's only happening because I'm using my microphone both on the platform and in Zoom. But you'll be able to send chat messages. You can see each other face to face. Now, the one thing is that there are no virtual backgrounds, as you can see. So on event day, since you don't really know who's going to want to maybe meet with you or not, just make sure that you are in a clear area, quiet, so that if someone does send you an invite, and if you do want to take it, you don't have to take every invitation. And if you do take it, you'll be in a space to receive that invitation and actually do that one-on-one video chat. Did anyone have any questions about interacting and what we've gone over so far? Does anyone want me to go back and explain anything, revisit anything that we have gone over so far?
Hi, this is Sunita.
Hi, Sunita.
Hi. Actually, I have a question. Where there is a situation like a person worked for a couple of years, but there is a career gap, and again, the person trying to get a role which is not the technology of the same experience which she had in the past. So how that does, it comes under the category of entry level, or if they can add the experience number of years of those older technology which you work with?
Well, that's going to be based on you want to add the years of your experience on your resume. The experience that you're adding in the profile is just really based on the areas in which you have experience in. It doesn't have any, years or anything, years of experience tied to it. In our platform, we're just asking, for you to add if you had, experience in business, experience in tech, experience in, customer service. It's just really based on the industry of what you have work experience in. But in your resumes where you want to be more detailed about that information, we just ask that you put some pretty much keywords, attach that to your profile.
Mm-hmm. No, actually, the thing is, like when we were going through that, a number of experiences, number of years, entry 1 to 2 years experience and all, right, while getting registered. So during that, if I'm, for example, if I'm taking up a new technology to work in future, so I'll be not having the experience. Only thing is I'll be having knowledge on that. But the experience which I have in the past, technology which I have worked, it doesn't make any relevance to this. So which category should I choose there? That is my question.
Oh, I think she's referring to the registration question that you asked, Andrea. Let me take a look back at those questions. All right, so you're saying that, the field that you're looking into entering now, you don't necessarily have experience in at the moment, but you do have past experience in different technology.
Field. Yeah. It is the same field, but
it's
different technology.
It's just asking how many years of professional experience do you have? So it's not within a particular field. So however much work experience you have, you can answer that question to that degree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was asking this because they may filter the resumes depending upon the requirement. So if I say I have a 7 years of experience and it is nothing to do with the new technology which I am looking for, so the filter, the selection process, they may get confused. So I just wanted to check with you.
Yeah, we try to make it as general as possible, but that's where we do encourage you to go and connect directly to employers that you're interested in. And this is the unique part about the virtual job expo is you can ask those questions directly of recruiters and explain your experience and your background and what you're looking for.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see if we have any other questions here. Okay. All right. So after the event, you want to refer back to your events tab. So we want to go back to the events tab and take a look at that My Journey section that I referred to before. I believe that I may have selected, let me see if I did not take any action. So let me go back here because I want to show you how this relates. So if I go to NC Tech here and I leave a note to myself, I can type today. Wonderful. So I left a few notes for myself there. Now, once I go back to my events tab and I click into my journey here, When you open this up, it's going to show you the actions that you took. So if we look here, I marked an updated status of interested for NC Tech, left a ranking, and left a note, and it shows what my note is there. It's going to show you, the date and time which you left these notes. The next tab is going to be your visited booths. So every booth that you click on is going to be tracked here, so you can review that if you'd like to go back and remember. Organization actions. Let me just show you here. An organization, when they are viewing your profile, they have the same information that they can mark on your profile as well. So I'm going to show you an example of what an employer sees. So when an employer views your booth or your profile, this is what they see. So they have the same thing that they can leave here for, their following up purposes as well. And if they mark either of these up here, that is going to be available for you to see on your profile and your My Journey section. So if an organization marks interested, follow-up needed, schedule, interview scheduled or hired, under the organization's action is where you will be able to see that. So if you do want to, see if they marked, and they may not mark it and still be interested in you, but it is an area in which, you will be able to view that if someone did mark that on your profile. Chat transcripts, this will be your chat history. So all of the text back and forth that you did with a company, you'll be able to view that. So if you do have an upcoming interview, whether it's in the platform or outside of it after the event, you can review the conversation that you had with these companies and maybe some questions that you asked or some questions that were asked of you. You can review your conversation so you can prepare yourself for the next, the next encounter with that employer, if there is one. And that's really it on the platform. There is an accessibility menu throughout the entire platform. So if you do need any of these menu items here, it is available for you. If you click into either one of these, they stack up. So you can use multiple at the same time. You can click into them again to remove them. There is also at the bottom, reset all. So if you do end up clicking maybe a few and you need to just clear it all, you can use reset. At the very bottom, there is move/hide widget. Sometimes the widget does get in the way of certain icons in the platform. So if you do need to hide it or move it, you can select where to move it, or if you need to hide it, you can hide it for the current time that you're using the web browser. After you close the web browser and open it back up the platform, the widget will be available again. Or if you want to hide it for a longer period of time, you can do that as well. But thank you all. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Complete interview process will be done here. That depends. It really depends on the recruiter. They may just send you a video invite just to meet with you face to face. I've seen recruiters who don't really like to text back and forth. They just rather talk to you. So it could just be a simple conversation. They will tell you if it's going to be an interview or not. They will ask you if you're available to interview today. They will ask you that. But it may not be a complete interview process. Could just be kind of a pre-interview, just meeting you, and they may follow up with something more formal after the event.
And Jordan, how long will do the job seekers have access to their journey link? That's for several weeks, right?
My Journey is available forever. So it's always going to be available for you, every single event that you participate in. And it will never be removed from your account unless you ask us to remove your account from the platform.
Okay, great. Well, thank you all. This session will be recorded. So if you have questions or didn't quite get something, you can go back to our website and access the recording hopefully later this afternoon. But also Premier Virtual has some great videos on their training section that you can access and kind of help you. I do encourage you to log in prior to the event on Wednesday. Just familiarize yourself. Again, those first impressions and being able to navigate the chat and the video really easily the day of the event. just show that you're prepared and ready for a new opportunity. So we wish you all the best. And again, please share with any friends or colleagues that you know that are also looking for new opportunities. There are lots of jobs posted, lots of opportunities. And we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Thank you, Jordan.